All right. Hello, everyone. This is episode 6, and today's question is, how do you receive love? And this doesn't just mean from your partners, it could mean friends and family as well. So, I'd like to start?
How do you like to receive love?
Yeah, how would you like to receive love?
Yeah.
Sorry.
The outfit says it all.
Say it. No.
So there's different. Well, let's label the different terms of receiving love. So what does it come under? What, like, for instance, I was having a conversation earlier where I said I really like the little things, such as, well, it seems little, but I don't know, to someone it might be big, but it's like the simple things of let's go to the museum and look at art and do things like that, or what other things do we do? Just spontaneous things, like going to, it's 6 p.m, let's go, I don't know, St. Paul's. Like, just do something. I love that.
So it's just like spontaneous date nights, or is that a family?
Both.
Okay.
Both, yeah, literally both, because it's the best time. So, like, it will be like, because it gets late, like, still light outside by, 9 o'clock, and we're just like, let's just go to the Richmond Hill quick. Like, and just watch the sunset, like things like that they don't cost much. It's just memories, and I think that's what it is. The way I like to receive love is by creating memories. Oh, that's quite cute.
That is lovely.
That's very cute.
Yeah, literally.
I had no idea like how I wanted to be loved, to be honest. I thought I knew my love languages. Like I knew that like words of affirmation meant a lot to me, but it wasn't until I recently met my girlfriend and like we got into a relationship that I started to realize things about me that I never knew. So for example, again, like going back to that hyper independence that we're taught to be as women, as if like it's something we should be, like that strength that we need to carry. I didn't realize how much I really just wanted someone to help me out. Like I didn't realize how much the acts of service made me feel really loved and supported. Like for example, this week, I was almost stranded with my daughter coming back from the theatre for her birthday, and I was moaning about it to my girlfriend, and before I could even finish moaning, she was like, babe, I've got you an Uber, get home.
So
like when, and it's Bella's birthday party this weekend. And again, I was like, oh my God, I don't know how I'm going to do everything. I'm filming this weekend, I'm taking her to the theatre Wednesday, I don't know how I'm going to do it all, but I'll manage. She just casually in conversation one night went, oh yeah, by the way, I ordered all the party supplies for Sunday. I was like, what? But immediately in my head, I was like, why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? Because no one's ever done that for me before. No one's ever provided that support. And I realized I had this big epiphany is because I've always been the provider in my life, from childhood to adulthood is how I've survived. And so for the first time, I'm in a relationship where I'm not the only provider of love.
So it felt foreign to you?
So foreign, and it's meant that like I'm gonna have to change my mindset now. I'm gonna have to submit to this new part of me that I didn't know this about me at all. But I love it. So we're talking about that soft life. I love it. Bring it on. Bring it on. I will be a spoiled princess. No worries.
We're rooting for Lejla in season 2, by the way.
No, Lejla, I'm quite similar to you, where I can be like quite hyper independent and just like to I just get into my zone, and I just don't see past myself sometimes. And where I receive love is then having those little things done for me, where it just makes me stop and realize like, oh like there is someone there that cares. Thank you for taking it off my plate, because it's now something else I don't have to worry about. Like, and I really appreciate those small things more so than the grand gestures, to be honest.
Same, and I feel like emotional intelligence is so important.
It's sexy. Sexy.
Right, because not a lot of men.
What's emotional intelligence, by the way? Because I don't know if I've actually.
I think being aware of your needs, having that self-awareness of where you need to work on yourself,
and your partner,
strengths, your weaknesses. Because it doesn't mean that you're just strong and you know everything about yourself. It's the awareness of knowing where your weaknesses lie, and knowing how maybe you can receive support from your partner or friends or family, whoever it is that's in your life.
And I find that, you know, people in your life that having that emotional intelligence to be able to communicate and deal with you. That's how I love. That's how I love to receive love, because that goes such a long way. You know, your partner or your family members understanding your thought process and how to communicate with you. You know, that is emotional intelligence.
100%.
And even if they don't agree, like you.
It's a debate.
They understand your perspective.
Willing to listen and hear you out, and I think,
I guess that's true then. So someone being able to handle me is amazing.
Handle? What do you mean by handle?
Okay, maybe that's a bit of a strict term. I don't know, just
understand.
Understand.
That's emotional intelligence. You need someone to be emotionally intelligent
and in tune with you.
I mean,
no, but they can understand you. If they haven't got that emotional intelligence, it's still going to be problems. Do you know what I mean? So that's not necessarily emotional intelligence, but like you said, understanding you and then having that emotional intelligence, I think communication.
Knowing to take the initiative, like when to step in and actually just be like, and that's the one thing I know now, that I have a partner that's like, I got you. Because sometimes I feel like people like to pay a lot of lip service and like, I got you, but actually the actions never follow, right? But this, for the first time in my life, I'm actually learning what a good, healthy relationship looks like at the age of 33. I had no idea it was okay for someone to just step in and be like, I'm going to help you out, it's cool.
Because you've been doing it on your own.
But with no conditions attached to it. They're just doing it because they love you and they've heard you and they've comprehended what it is that you've had to say.
And no IOUs either.
The conditional love thing, I struggle with that just because I'm always expecting someone to say, oh, okay, well, I helped you that time, so now what are you going to do for me? Or, you know, I did this for you, and in an argument they say, well, I did this for you. You don't want that to be thrown back in your face. So
that's toxic.
That's what's driven, I think, my hyper independence, is because where I was in a relationship for 8.5 years where someone did do that to me, you start to walk on eggshells because actually you don't know when that person's being authentic or not. And you don't know at what point they're going to throw any kind of help or support they've given you, or even your own words back in your face. And there's no safety in that, like I was saying in the other episode. But when you're with someone and you actually feel that safety, there's just a different ball game altogether. Like there's so much security in the relationship between the two of you. I can't believe I've never had this before. Like I used to think like I wanted someone who was like super like emotionally unavailable and dominant and hardcore.
And they changed for you and...
do you know what? I think like I just wanted, at the time, what I didn't realise was I was those things. And I didn't know how to be soft and I didn't know how to be vulnerable in a relationship. But I was never going to learn with someone else who was exactly like me.
No, it doesn't work.
Like, and the thing is that we can work on ourselves all we want, but when you're in a relationship with someone else, or even if it's a friendship, or because relationships can mean all sorts of different things, right? I don't think you get to learn about who you really are unless you're up against someone else.
100%.
Definitely.
But I feel like you've also done the work to be able to flourish in the kind of relationship that you've got at the moment as well. So where you say you've worked on yourself, you've done the therapy and you've had the exercise to like do self-awareness, you're then open to receive the love that you want right now.
And I think because I was going through these constant toxic dating cycles and I never really understood, I thought, what is wrong with me? Like, why can't I want that relationship? Why can't I have a relationship with this particular person? And I didn't realise that actually I had to be the one to break that cycle, and that regardless of how much I wanted it, if I didn't proactively do the work, then it was never going to happen. But it also means knowing your own personal boundaries and knowing when actually someone is not right for you, no matter how you feel about them. Girl.
It's interesting. I kind of want to take it a different way though, but in terms of like from our parents and how they treated us and how they kind of shared love to us and how that looks. What is that?
I think like my mom used to give the way I could tell my mom loved me was like, she would cook a certain type of food if I was upset. Like she wouldn't physically say, "Are you okay? Oh, it's, you know, I love you," etc. She'll just, if I'm upset or do something that she knows is okay, there's something wrong, she would do I don't know how to explain. She'll do a type of thing like I said, cooking or
an act of service.
An act of service.
Yeah, an act of service. And I think for her to be able to say to me or have that just to say I love you was probably difficult, and I never understood why. Maybe it was because that whole generational thing where her parents never told her that she loved us, so she doesn't say it to me. But it's not just us. There were 7 of us, and we all received the same, right?
Okay.
And I really wanted to break that when I had kids, because I was like, they need to know, man. Because it from any time that one person tells me I'm loved you, I'm always kind of like defensive and like, but why? But yeah, I think that itself is a topic on its own.
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
Because it's a sticky one. I don't know how to.
I'm very similar to you as well. So my parents would pick me up from school so I can get home safe, cooking, washing clothes. And that would be a way of, I'm your parent, I love you. But never got an I love you.
Yeah.
Even like disagreeing, like, you know, I think that if I wish I was able to say to my mum, oh, I feel really sad, or, you know, I'm feeling this kind of way when I was younger. But
can you do that now?
Yeah, but it still wouldn't be understood, I don't feel.
But did you not feel loved? Because
I did. It's weird.
Yeah, it's like even if a person doesn't say it, did you feel it?
Yeah.
Because I can't think of my mum saying like, I love you, but I felt very loved.
Very
I
loved,
don't question
that.
I don't question that. Both parents, like, they love me, and there's no doubt about that. But do they say it, or did they say it as much as I say it to my children? No. My daughter will turn around and be like, I love you, mama. And it's just like, oh. Do you know what I'm saying? They say it a lot. Like, we say it to each other a lot, but and they probably they feel it.
Yeah.
But I did feel it from my parents, but I don't remember them like saying it all the time. And I think this is it. It's like someone may love you, they may not say it.
No, but I didn't feel it. No,
I think that's because they were just basic things that a caregiver should do: pick you up from school, cook for you, clean for you.
Yeah,
like to me it was just
too strict.
Love,
I feel like it was just too obsessed with being the perfect child. You know, you should be the perfect child. I didn't feel like accepted as a child. You know, like I don't feel like I felt special.
It's weird you saying that, because this is exactly a similar situation, but I actually felt, I don't know, I was loved. I had a great upbringing, great childhood, regardless of whether them telling me that they love me or not. But then it's like, I don't know, I really did feel loved, and I think it's just seeing my mum give me these things.
But were you accepted who you are when you were young? Because I think that's what distinguished.
What do you mean, like
who you are as a person? Did your parents like embrace you as a child, or did they try and change who you are? Or?
I think they just, I was the last one of 7, so I think they just gave up by that time. And saying that as well, it was like, I don't know, I didn't really know who I was. I was very confused because being a sexual girl in West London, I was the only one, right? So there was that whole identity crisis thing, and but they did reassure me to make sure who I was and where I came from. Come on. Through traditions and things like that. And I don't know, I think that whole sense of home and them being able to teach me about something that is me has really helped feel loved. Does that make sense? I don't know. It's like a whole sense of being.
I get what you mean, because I feel like that was my childhood. Like my mum told me, I love you. She gave us hugs, but it came with conditions. It was like from a really young age, I knew that I would only be accepted if I was a certain way.
Yeah.
Like I was loved if I was skinny. I was loved if I got good grades. I was loved. At the age of 15, I was put on a diet. I was 15.
Wow.
I could never dream of doing that to my child. Yeah,
But
it was
maybe
always,
that was from a loving place. Because
cannot be.
your child
Sorry, no, absolutely not.
15,
At 15.
Okay, if I love you, and I don't know what your situation was, but I'm saying if I had a child and let's just say they were overweight, that's your health. I care about you.
I wasn't overweight.
No, but I don't know. Okay, so in that case, it's different. But I'm saying it could be from. But your situation.
No, I know what you mean, right? But if it's coming from, if it's healthy things, right? I get it. But that's not the environment I grew up in. I think that's what we're talking about here, is that it came with a condition. I always knew I was never going to be loved for who I am. And so therefore I spent my whole childhood growing up in survival mode, masking and trying to blend in. I didn't have an identity until I was, like the last few years?
And that's, and then as adults, you become people pleaser because of that. You get so obsessed with, you know, getting your parents to accept you and love you conditionally. And then that it brings that into your adult life where you're always people pleasing to people that doesn't even matter. Or even care. Or even care.
But as much as like for our parents, maybe it was the same for them. And then so it's like, I don't know, these things become a bit tricky because it's like, okay, we can look at our parents and be like, you didn't do X, Y, and Z, but then for them, that's maybe how they grew. So now we know we can change that.
I can say that because I know my mum loved me, I know my dad loved me, but when I was growing up, I didn't feel loved. And we've had these conversations, and this is why I feel like I am hyper independent, because from a young age I had to grow up quite early. And I don't even like, I can't even tell you like how my mum or dad showed me love. I'm being real. I don't know what that at my child. I don't know what that meant to me. I don't know what it means to me like now. So it's very hard for me to say. So it's a very weird one for me, and I'm still like going through it. I feel like I probably need to do therapy on that, because I feel like it messes up with the relationships that I just generally with everyone.
I think, and that's why I feel like words of affirmation is a big deal to me, because even like a few weeks ago, I was speaking openly with my mum and said to her, "Mum, how come, are you proud of me?" And she's like, "Oh yeah, obviously." I was just like, "You've never said it." And she was just like, "Obviously I'm proud of you." Like, and I was just like, "How is it obvious? Okay, do you love me?" And then she was just like, "Yeah, obviously, I raised you." I was like, "But you never said it. It's nice to hear." So like in your adult life again, words of affirmation, you know, and like that it gives you that security, and that's all from.
So do you think it's what we didn't get, we like to receive?
Yes,
and even in a relationship, so let's just say whatever relationship you're in, that person can give you lots of gifts, but it's like, oh, you didn't give me quality time. So whatever you don't receive.
And I see that I do that with Zaid, like excessively.
That was perfect.
Because if it's not valuable to you, then what's the point?
But to be fair, I did the lung language of chess, and all of them came up. It was like 25%, 25%, to make 100. So it's hard. Like it's hard.
Do you know what's funny? My mum tells me she loves me now, though. And I don't know if it's because of
my mum finds it really uncomfortable to tell me she loves me even now. Like I have to tell her.
She'll say it over the phone, like if we're ending the phone, and she'll say it
first.
And no.
See?
Dang.
That's the thing. It's always I love you too.
It's crazy. There was one time I went out and I came home and I was a bit juiced. And my mum had slept over my house, and I came in and I was just like, "Oh, love you, Mum." And in the morning, she was like, "Corene, were you on something?" I said, "What do you mean?" No, seriously, was you on something, or did you just like? And I was like, "Why?" Because you just came over and said, "I love you," and you never do that. And it's just like, why would that be the first thing that you think? Why can I not just say it at random, even though it may not have been something that I've said before or in a long time, but it's the way that she just went straight to like, I know something, which I thought was quite hilarious. I obviously knew she was joking.
How do you guys receive love, like from friendships?
I love it when like my friend checks up on me, like literally random. I love that. It's like so small. It could be a WhatsApp message, but that's just like
So as mentioned in one of the other episodes about like going through a depressive episode, and on one of the days, one of my friends, she was like, "I'm not leaving you alone today." She was like, "I'm coming to pick you up. We're going to go to such and such barbecue, and we're just, however you feel it, but I'm not leaving you alone today." And that helped me so much. And sometimes like the way that we want to be supported by friends is, just ask. Just ask. Like I've said before, like I need the help. Like, or sometimes it's just like, don't respond to my message. I just want to know you're okay.
Okay.
Because it takes the pressure away from you. Like it takes the pressure away from any expectations or any conditions that's attached to that support. That for me personally, and I think it has a lot to do with growing up, only being loved conditionally. So there was love. I'm not denying that there was love in my childhood. But it wasn't the love. It was conditional. So can it really be classed as love?
Potentially. I mean, me for friends, it's a tricky one because I feel like I'm that friend that I want, if I'm honest. I'm the one that's reaching out to people. I'm that strong friend. Like, I'm that one that's riling everybody up. But it's not the other way around. And I'm not saying that as a complaint, but I'm just saying that that is something that I know that is a thing. So yeah, sometimes it would be nice to have it flipped.
I feel like I could be a better friend, to be honest, because I feel... I think my friends would feel how you're feeling.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They're always the ones checking on me. And I could definitely...
Do you feel like you have the capacity to do that though?
Do you know what? A WhatsApp message, when you really deep it, it's not that. It's not that hard.
Do
you know what I mean?
It isn't, because the way you can eat is the way you can text.
Right? And it's just like you can really step out of your
self
and just send a WhatsApp message, you know? So
I like that question about having the capacity to love as well, because I didn't. There were times, like recently, I was questioning, like, am I a good friend? Because my friends have supported me so much lately, right? But I think it's more of a case of actually I'm open to it now. And so now I do have the capacity to receive and give back. And now I know, like, I'm learning from people. I'm learning how they show me love. Like you say, maybe it's the way they want to be loved too.
But I had a hard time, like, even like saying like I love you to my girlfriends. And now, like, I can say it freely, like, oh yeah, before we end the conversation, I love you, girl. Like, I love you, speak to you later. And I used to have such a hard time saying that.
Why? Why do you think?
I used to just be very closed off emotionally. Very closed off emotionally. And then through what I've gone through, like going through the divorce and relationship ending and just like things that have happened in my life, I've just really, like, a lot of my walls have been broken down. And then a lot of, like, my girlfriends, you realise who's actually got your back. And that's what that's where I've just, like, you know what, fuck it.
Something like that. Like, oh, you're so frigid. Come and hug me, and I'm like, oh, just get off me. I'm going to say now, like, get off me. But now I'm like, oh, I want to hug. Like, I always want to hug. But it's my mum uptake. I'm like, oh, give me a hug. And I don't know. I've not really thought about it. I've probably got to think deeply. Like,
I can also say, like, being a mum as well has helped me open up emotionally as well. 100%. 1,000%. 100%.
Like, I think, like, with Bella, I tell her 100 times, I love you. I love you. I say it 100 times. I love it, like, all the time. Every second word is, I love you, you're so beautiful. I love you, you're so beautiful.
Like smothering with kisses.
I think one of the girls said to Bella, you're so beautiful. She was like, I know. She's like, I know. My mum tells me every time. But I love it. Why should she not say that? Like I said, when you don't have that growing up, watching it's like, it sounds selfish, but it heals my inner child when I watch my child live. I'm like, I will never get my childhood back, but if I can change it for my baby, then it helps me in my own journey.
That's crazy. And you see it. My mum always used to cuss me out about my hair. And she was like, she has the same hair type as me, but she I think she tries to deny it. But she never understood my hair type compared to the others. And she used to say it looked like, in Creole, if I translate in English, she used to say it looks like poo on rocks, right? And don't ask, But I had such a complex where I straightened my hair so much, I relaxed it. And what you just said, I was like, rah, so that's me then. Because I hated my hair. I really wanted to have straight hair. And until that, I had a conversation with Manuel one day, and he was like, you look so much better with curly hair. What are you doing to your hair? It stinks when you straighten it. Right, cool, fine. For nearly 4 years now, it's curly. I'm never having it straight. Never.
And it's beautiful.
Thank you. Thanks.
Lovely.
Soft and free. But yeah, so completely, 100%.
What about from friends?
From friends, I mean, I've got the best friends in the world. They know when I'm down, like, and I'll get that random message, what you doing, should we go out, or even thinking about the kids.
Yeah.
And I love that because they know I'm all for kids. I always do stuff with the kids, come to the house, go to the swimming pool, etc., etc. And I think my group has got small, but I prefer it like that because I feel like, I hate saying this, but I feel like with such a group of big friends, it's quite an effort. I feel so lazy saying that, but do you get what I mean though? But I can only, I think the friends that I have around me right now are the most important ones and the ones that I kind of need to care about because they care so much about me. So
like they say, it's not the quantity, it's the
quality, darling.
100%.
I think like what I find in my friendship circle now, they've definitely changed over the years, 100%. But I have a family, like I actually feel like I have a family who might not be blood related, but these are my girls, like they know my needs without me even telling them because they've just, again, the act of service is clearly a really big deal for me and they've picked up on it and I haven't even been able to pick up on it, but they have. Like creating my own family with my friends has changed me as a person. Like I know how to validate myself. I know I'm learning how to keep myself safe. I'm learning that it's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to be emotionally available. I'm learning things like about finances through my friends. Even, for example, like my friends having Bella for the weekend, I'm now reciprocating it back. Instead of being like, I really don't want to be around other people's kids. I'm like, no, now I'm open to it because I see that actually this really matters in friendships. It's like,
give and take.
I'm learning how to be a good friend. Right? Because no matter how much lip service you pay, I love you, I love you, I love you, but what are you doing to actually show that love to the people?
Oh, absolutely.
And I feel like people can take you for granted sometimes. Just family, friends.
What, for using that word? Or just for saying I
for
love
your kindness.
you?
I
and
think.
you always, if you're a giver and you like to give, people will instantly gravitate towards that and they will keep taking and keep taking it.
But this is where you have to understand our boundaries and assert those boundaries with people and do that with love as well because, you don't want to rub people up the wrong way but
and understanding like you said, different people they show their love in different ways and if it's not enough for you then that's fair enough. That's just not. I understand that this may be the way that you love me but that's not enough. That's not how I want to be loved.
And that comes with maturity, I feel like.
Absolutely.
Because before, I would never even think of these things. But now, I'm literally just like, actually, no, I want that to be matched.
That's why communication, going back to what you were saying, emotional intelligence, communication, understanding, because even if I might not show love the same way somebody else wants to be loved, but if we're able to kind of communicate, do you know what I mean? And have that kind of understanding.
Definitely goes such a long way.
Because I don't think, because someone doesn't love you the way that you want to be loved, I think you shouldn't necessarily straight away just be like, okay, no, I'm done with you. There could be potential there. Do you know what I mean?
But
it's so hard. It's so hard.
And they've got to be willing to take that on board.
They've got to actually do the work as well.
They've got to do the work. So
definitely.
I think that's important.
And there's actions as well. So actions speak louder than words.
100%.
Because we could say, oh, I love you, or that person could say, I love you, but really they're not acting towards that at all.
Absolutely.
And that's called manipulation.
Okay, so just to close out, how would you receive love?
Always. You know, all the love languages?
Yeah, that's what
We'll take it. We'll take it.
Balance. Although we said it's not always going to be this girl's going to be, you know, unbalanced, but I kind of want them all. But I think emotional intelligence is just
it's the one.
It's the one. Because then
Agreed.
Everything else will fall into place. Absolutely.
You, Lejla?
I'm the same. Like 100%. Like I think everything will come with the emotional intelligence and the capacity to be open and vulnerable.
Again, emotional intelligence.
Okay. Mine is like the little things. I think like I just get happy with the little things.
As long as I feel seen and I feel heard, then everything else will just come underneath that.
Exactly the same. Emotional intelligence, but also knowing when to give support as well. That is a big one for me.
Okay. All right. Thank you everyone for watching. Remember to like, comment and
subscribe.
Welcome to our hood, it's Motherhood.